everybody, welcome back to another video. We're going to be covering our last melee that came into update 21.3.0, and that's the Guandao. Now this is nothing but crit city here when it comes to this pole arm. Its reach is crazy. I'm not saying it's Orthos Prime reach crazy, but it has a good reach. Now as you can see at its base, 24% crit chance with a 2.2 multiplier. It's mostly slash. It has impact. It has a little bit of puncture, but that's about it. As far as with the build, like I said, it's a Forma build. You could build this in two ways. If you don't have Blood Rush, put in True Steel, just like so. You have Organ Shatter in there. Body count is in there for the duration. If you don't have body count, use Drifting Contact. I have Drifting Contact, but the reason why I don't put it there is because of the fact that the status for this weapon is low already, so might as well put body count in there to get that additional 3 seconds of the combo duration. With this weapon, you need Berserker, because the attack speed of it is really low, so you want to boost that up. And since this weapon crits so much, Berserker will take advantage of that immensely. And I just put in my raw elements right here as far as corrosive. Right there. As far as with the second build, like I said, I have this build right here, which is Blood Rush, and this time I have Maiming Strike on here. Berserker is still there, body count is there, the essential stuff is still there with prime pressure point, prime reach. This is just straight gas. Alright? So I'm just rocking off of this. So if you don't have Blood Rush, you could just put in True Steels. Nothing wrong with that. But if you have Blood Rush, just put it in. It's fine. What you could also do, if you don't have Maiming Strike, you could just still put in the whole Organ Shatter thing, and you could still go with this build. It will still be fine, because again, you're going off of the crit multiplier to boost that up. But since I have two builds, I just use the Maiming Strike there. The crit multiplier is fine for me with this build, because again, 2.2, it's fine. You don't really have to do anything else as far as with the build. Now, as for its performance, once, like I said, once it gets going, like same thing with the Jakusar and others, once it gets going, you know, it's hard to stop it. It's gonna keep critting and critting and critting till the enemies are dead. And depending on your elements, like you could just have corrosive, or you could just go with a gas build. You could practically take these guys out in insurmountable amount of time. So let me go against these guys right here. Now it says with the slash starts going in and stuff, as you can see the Guandao right there. It already procced the slash or whatnot. I got gas on this. I should have rolled with corrosive on this. But like this is, like I said, this is my other build. So you can see the slash proc starts going in right there. I'm already on that 3x multiplier. So once the slash starts going in, but see, the reason why it's gonna be taking them so long to die is because again, when you don't have status, it shows. So you're gonna have to rely on getting the slash procs to go in with this, and all the other stuff to go along with this. So as you can see, the gas is not doing as much because again, these guys are armored. So let me just go and switch for you guys right here. Roll with the corrosive and just run that again. Oh, those guys are still there. Okay then. See, now you'll see the slash. The slash is the one thing that's going to keep doing the damage to them. And so you're pretty much relying on crit, but also at the same time slash. And see, after all that time, it finally proc corrosive. So his armor is getting reduced and all that stuff. So as you can see, it has to take its time to get that corrosive in there. So I hit corrosive again, and see, I'm doing more damage once I start stripping off the armor. So as soon as the level starts getting higher and higher, you're just relying so heavy on crit. But this is why status is so essential, because as these levels get higher and higher, you only could do so much crit before they decide to take you out. Luckily for me, since I'm in the Signal Chrome, I'm in the invincibility mode, so you're just going so heavy off of crit. But since now, the more I keep hitting them, the corrosive is start to proc in on these guys. But you're mostly relying on the slash and the crit. So at some point, if you keep landing your shots, rely on the multiplier. As you can see, if I keep critting, which is the most important thing, and that's nice. But the problem is that the elements, as far as with corrosive, it will proc at such a low rate that you're just mostly relying on slash. And at some point, you know, this guy should end up dying. This is gonna take so damn long, because again, this damn thing has no slash. And you can see I can hit this guy so much. I think slash will kick in first before corrosive. As you just saw, it's like, you know, it's gonna keep proccing that stuff. But as you see, I'm doing more damage because my multiplier is rising. So just gonna keep whacking at this guy. And see, all this time I've been hitting this guy. The only thing that procced is slash, and now finally I finally inflict him with corrosive. So this is like, yeah, now you see why and how important status is when it comes to melees, because you can only do so much with crit. You need that status. Once you hit these levels, you need status to do its job, and once it does its job, the crits will be going off as well. So as you can see, just be proccing slash, corrosive is on him. So at some point he's gonna drop. I'm not gonna bother with that other enemy that's actually on the other side. It's just that you see how consistent it crits. The only downside with the Guandao is that the status is so low. I ain't gonna bother with that guy. And people want to compare this polearm to this and figure out which one of these is better. The reason why I said the Jakusar is better than the Guandao is because, again, it has an innate element in it. So even though the status is low, I will proc a heat on them, and on top of that, it gives you a guaranteed slash. It will rev up much more faster, and you'll be able to kill enemies faster with the Jakusar than the Guandao. But the Guandao is still a good weapon in this game. It's just that when you go farther in, it's like you're gonna miss status so much, and you'll be like, damn, this damn thing has such low status. If it had like at least 15% status chance, it can take out guys because it will crit, and when the crit goes along with the status, it will proc a crit status on them. But all in all, this polearm is still good for low to mid tier, but once you start getting high up, you're gonna rely so heavy on crit that you're gonna miss status so much, because as you just saw, it took a good bit of time to kill those guys. And on top of that, my element, as far as with corrosive, didn't even crit until I got them to like at least 60% health left. The slash will kick in, but the slash is not doing as much damage as it should, because once again, the status is so low. So that's, like, you might as well say its only downside. But other than that, it's still a great weapon. But going end game with it, you will see the problem as to, damn, I need me some status.